Dream cars, German Convertibles, Porsche, BMW, or Mercedes. German Convertibles are striking, fast, and the epitome of status. Convertibles from Germany inspire drivers around the world with their power, exclusivity, and reliability, with their German engineering. Germany is automobile country. The car was invented here, and the cars that are built here enjoy an international reputation, thanks to their perfection. But Germany is also convertible country. Nowhere else in Europe are more convertibles sold. And nowhere else is an open car considered so much of an expression of lifestyle and joie de vivre. Whether Beetle, Porsche, or Mercedes, German convertibles are considered indestructible, and they write automotive history. Early on, before the war, Mercedes builds open versions of the 500 and 540K and recognized that the cabriolet was an exclusive and expensive car for a small clientele. In the 1960s, Porsche builds the first so-called safety convertible in the world, the 911 Targa. With the SLK, Mercedes invents a new retractable roof technology. And Porsche creates the flat spring top, a mix of retractable roof, hard, and canvas top. It's like a car from a dream factory, the Mercedes SLS AMG Roadster. Classic lines, long bonnet, short rear end. You can't design a convertible any more exciting than the SLS AMG.
Mercedes SLS AMG, super sports car, and at the time certainly the most exciting convertible in Germany, the legitimate successor to the 300 SL. New Edition was insanely well received. What they did, they reshaped the original grid frame, now made of aluminum, similar to before, but this time even lighter.
The SLS AMG, the prestige and top-of-the-line model from Mercedes, makes hearts and bank accounts melt. Like the legendary 300 SL in the 1950s, the Roadster is also based on a gullwing, the Mercedes SLS AMG. The SLS AMG, the latest interpretation of the 300 SL. Fans and professionals marveled during its presentation in 2010, just like at the introduction of the first SL 60 years earlier. Technically light years ahead, and with a timeless and unique design, the 300 SL is an automotive benchmark, and even today still possesses the magic of eternal youth.
Mercedes 300 SL, sports car legend, elected as the sports car of the century. Grid frame construction, then brand new, came from the aerospace industry, which is the reason for the high side sills, so they had to make gull-wing doors, otherwise the side sills would have been too high for entry.
Fast, exciting, innovative. Then, as now, you can't escape the spell of the 300 SL. Mid-1950s open two-seaters are in demand, and in 1957, the 300 SL Roadster replaces the gullwing, enabling open driving pleasure in the high-performance sports class.
Mercedes 300 SL, no doubt sports car of the century, was driven by world-famous stars, used in many films, and surely the epitome of a sports car after the Second World War.
Among many retro elements, the SLS AMG Roadster has one basic thing in common with the 300 SL convertible: its sportiness.
60 years later, Mercedes has taken the DNA from the 300 SL and packed it into the SLS AMG. And what has come out? Again, a convertible with a sporty chassis and a powerful engine, and 571 horsepower.
The SLS AMG Roadster is not only the most powerful mass-produced convertible in the world. In addition to exciting design, it also offers a high everyday practicality and more tradition than any other modern convertible. A classic car found in a barn beneath a coat of dust. The BMW 507 that belonged to Elvis Presley. In 1958, the most legendary musician in the world fell in love with a legendary convertible.
BMW 507, the masterpiece of Albrecht Graf Goertz. Absolutely the best design in the 50s. Elvis Presley, Hans Stuck, all the celebrities had this car. It was unfortunately only built 251 times. That is why it's now the most valuable, iconic sports car from the time. Higher prices are paid than for the 300 SL.
BMW advertises the 507 as a companion for jet-setters. In fact, the list of 507 owners contains many glamorous names. In addition to Elvis, Alain Delon, Ursula Andress, and Marilyn Monroe are all photographed in a 507.
The BMW 507 is quite often referred to as the most beautiful BMW of all times. And back in the 50s was the dream convertible. It's very delicate, has lots of fine lines, has a narrow waist and wears almost a touch of Italian design in itself.
The 507 designer, Albrecht Graf Goertz, approaches the status of famous designers such as Bertoni and Pininfarina, and rightly so. The 507 is an automotive icon. A modern version of the 507 is the BMW 6 Series convertible, the first large BMW convertible since the 1950s. At almost 5 meters long, prestigious and elegant as a coupe, the BMW 6 Series convertible is a feast for the eyes.
For me, one of the finest BMWs. It's a fantastically beautiful car, has this long wheelbase, simply radiates this power. These clear lines, to me it's fantastically beautiful.
The 650i combines elegance, comfort, and sportiness like no other convertible. Although it weighs almost 2 tons, it drives like a typical BMW. The powerful 8-cylinder engine produces 407 horsepower, and in addition, the 6 Series hugs the road like a real sports car. Closing the fabric roof takes only seconds and can be done at speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour. Drivers for whom 407 horsepower aren't enough can upgrade to the BMW M6 convertible. The M6 offers the best in comfort, luxury, and power. As a racer, cruiser, or endurance sports car, the M6 convertible is particularly impressive in the sum of its possibilities.
The M6 convertible has, of course, an enormous amount of power with 560 horsepower, but also weighs quite a lot, which kind of shows up in the acceleration. It needs a little moment until it gets going, but then it is on fire.
The 6 Series convertible in the M version. With this you can cruise like in an SL, but you can also go right to the racetrack as well. V8 engine, 560 horsepower, super sporty chassis. This really moves.
Luxurious, open, and fast, the M6 convertible is luxury driving in perfection. It is the classic German convertible, the Mercedes SL.
Compared to other convertibles, one feels extremely safe in a Mercedes SL like this. And it's definitely one of the most comfortable ways to open the throttle with a two-seater on a country road.
The Mercedes SL, super light, super luxurious, of course stands for technical innovation from Mercedes. Electronically foldable roll bar, one of the very many innovations. Therefore, the SL class stands in Germany for convertible class par excellence.
The SL63 AMG offers even more power, even more driving pleasure, and even more exclusivity than the SL500. Under the hood, there's a V8 twin-turbo at work, a smooth-running engine with plenty of poise and power. The suspension manages an almost playful balancing act between comfort and sportiness. That's why the SL63 AMG is regarded as the perfect car for the gentleman among racers. Legend, myth, dream car. No other open-top car arouses so many desires as the Porsche 911 Cabrio.
The Porsche 911 is the epitome of a German sports car. It has already been fantastically beautiful for 50 years. It's beautiful now and will for sure still look beautiful in 50 years.
The coupe line of the 911 is still recognizable in the convertible thanks to the flat spring roof, a mixture of hard and soft top.
What is remarkable with the 911, what makes it differ significantly from any other sports cars, is the feeling of compactness when you get in. Fits like a glove. You climb in and you have the impression that the car belongs to you.
As an alternative to the convertible, Porsche offers the Targa, a convertible with a roll bar. The roof structure is almost more fascinating than the car itself. In 1965, Porsche invents the Targa as a so-called safety convertible. Then, in the 1990s, the legendary roll bar disappears.
The Targa looks at last like a real Targa, because it's only real with this silver roll bar. And I personally think that's even a nice alternative to the convertible, even if it has a couple of kilos on it.
The Targa weighs 40 kilos more than the convertible, but still drives like a typical 911. Sporty, tight, and precise. Every 911 convertible provides the lightness of open-top driving. But each horsepower more in the Boxer engine increases the pleasure, what Germans call Sturm and Drang, storm and stress. Accordingly, the Carrera GTS Cabrio is the model that ultimately combines all the everyday practicality and sportiness that a Porsche has to offer. "30% of Carrera customers opt for a GTS. No wonder. With a drop top and 430 horsepower, it lets in plenty of fresh summer air, as only a Porsche convertible can." It is the essence of open-top driving in a 911. It's Porsche driving at the limit of what is imaginable for road vehicles. The Porsche Turbo S Cabrio, the king of the wind machines. The largest German cabrio is an open luxury liner this side of Rolls-Royce and Bentley, the Mercedes S-Class Convertible.
I like the design extremely well. It's super modern, totally elegant, but still not pushy.
Long hood, stretched forms, no gadgetry. Despite optical presence, the fabric roof version of the S-Class presents itself as rather restrained. Leather, silver switches, aluminum. The interior looks like a luxury lounge.
The interior looks to me like a luxury spaceship. Super modern, best materials and everything well processed. Mercedes has indeed the right to build the most luxurious convertibles in the world, and for me they have done it very well.
The rear of the S-Class convertible is newly redesigned. It's made of aluminum to save weight. At 2.1 tons, the Cabrio weighs nearly as much as the S-Class Coupe. A fully automatic climate control ensures constant temperatures in the interior, whether the roof is open or closed. The open S-Class immediately impresses. It demonstrates technical avant-garde, style, and elegance. "585 horsepower, a 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8, 900 Newton-meters of torque in the AMG version. The Mercedes S-Class convertible is a speedy star cruiser.
The AMG version of the convertible, the S63, accelerates in 3.9 seconds to 100, almost 600 horsepower. Goes really fast.
You can't drive into the sun more beautifully and fast.
And in order for the AMG Cabrio to bring its immense power onto the road on the way to the sun, it's built exclusively with all-wheel drive. Elegant lines, luxury and performance in abundance. The S-Class AMG 63 convertible is more than just an open Mercedes. It's a dream car. The most exciting cabrio built in Germany, the Audi R8 V10 Spider. Loud, fast, and exclusive. Not quite as exclusive, but almost as fast as the R8 is the little Spider, the Audi TTS convertible.
So Audi really did a great job with the chassis of the TT. As well as when travelling quickly in a straight line, you always feel it's safe. On the other side, it's also extremely fun in fast corners. It sits perfectly on the road, and you don't want to get out of this car again.
The reason for the dynamic behavior of the TTS is, on the one hand, as in the R8, the all-wheel drive and a Haldex clutch, which distributes up to 60% of the car's power to the rear axle.
When it came out, the Audi TTS was regarded as an absolute design icon. Then they re-released it, changed the design, fans screaming, "No, we don't like that now." But now in the third series, they have adjusted the design again, and since then, all is well. Four-wheel drive, fast, top of the class in the compact class, cool car.
Clear-cut headlights and a massive radiator grille turn the TTS into a small R8.
So the whole interior is actually relatively sporty, modern, and functional. With the seats, you have a good grip at high speeds. The digital dashboard is, of course, highly modern and completely adapted to the present time. And I find the whole interior of the TT looks really tidy, elegant, and functional.
Perfect cockpit design, a powerful engine, and thanks to many electronic driving aids, the Audi TTS is really a fast car. Faster than most would imagine. Elegant, slinky lines, mid-engine, all-wheel drive and 525 horsepower. The Audi R8 V10 Spider is one of the world's dream cars. A thoroughbred sports car, a Lamborghini from Ingolstadt in Bavaria.
The Audi R8 Spider, the first mid-engine sports car from Audi, based on the Lamborghini Gallardo, combined Italian grandeur with German engineering for the first time. Therefore, exciting design, great drivability, race car made street legal.
Despite all its sportiness, the R8 Spider is a convertible for connoisseurs. The suspension isn't unduly hard, and the engine's character is quite refined.
With 525 horsepower, of course that is a supercar, and that is a convertible. But it can also ride very nicely on the track. It's very good-natured, and even a layman can drive it quickly.
Unlike other mid-engine sports cars, the R8 Spider isn't a beauty that becomes a beast when pushed to its threshold. The R8 can almost be driven like a normal car. Thanks to its all-wheel drive and the resulting combination of traction and stability, the R8 remains controllable even at high cornering speeds. Strong as a power station, beautiful as a work of art, the Audi R8 Spider is the most spectacular of all German dream convertibles. Convertibles from Germany belong to the open-top elite. More than any other convertibles, the open sports cars from Porsche, Mercedes, and Audi are not only fair-weather cars. Thanks to German engineering and reliability, they are built for high speeds on the motorway, for winding roads through the mountains, and in spite of their exclusivity, also for everyday use. Above all, German convertibles are built for the boundless joy of open-top driving.